Okay, let's go live. It's James Maduke speaking, tradingsites.io. Have you heard of AI agents and MCP servers? It's something that I run into all the time now because I'm subscribed to a whole bunch of channels on YouTube where there's a lot of more technical people or than I am, or coders or programmers, people that really understand all of these terms. And I was just trying to take a look at this and try and figure out, well, what the heck does this to mean to me as an online course creator, someone who's creating educational content? Like, I'm not coding applications, or I'm not trying to figure out how to install stuff on my server at home. I just want to know, how can I create better videos faster to be able to share all of the information that I have and experience in the form of courses or educational content in my education business. So I'm thinking about all this, and if I go take a look at my feed right now and I'm looking on YouTube, it's like MCP the future, MCP agents are crazy, MCP tutorial, insane, AI agents, Amazon for AI agents, the one, how to build model context protocol. All of this stuff is really, really cool. And I've done my best to research it, but I was really looking for a simple way to understand, how can I think about this so that I can take advantage of it, but not really have to be too technical. So what I've come up with is maybe a little novel way of looking at it, and I think it'll make things a lot easier for you if you're interested in, and you don't have your head in the sand, if you understand that all of these AI agents and all this agentic stuff and MCP, model context protocols, why it's important and how we're going to be able to take advantage of it. And I will say, one of the things that happened, I guess, 2 weeks ago, is there's a tool that came out called Manus, which is a general AI agent. So it basically was a AI agent that could use a browser. And there's some really cool things that it did. I did a number of videos on it, and I'm continuing to do them. Basically, you can hand stuff off, like, say, create a course here, update, your shopping cart, hook the course and the shopping cart together, create a sales page so that someone can visit the sales page, click the button and be able to buy the course. So there was a lot of things it could do, but it's limited to the browser. So it is a general AI agent. It is one agent. What these people have been talking about and what all the buzz is about is basically being able to say, I have 1,000 agents available. Which is the right AI agent to use to get my task done? So they're talking about it like this, and I was trying to figure out, how can I really come up with something that makes sense to me so that I understand it and I can explain it not only to myself, but the people that I'm trying to teach here on tradingsites.io/join. Please come and join the community. All of the videos and all of my resources are there for you. If you want to find out about how to start, build, and grow an education business, again, it's free to join there. So here's kind of where it is, and this is the way that I'm thinking of it going there. So if I was hungry right now, I'm using a cooking analogy or a kitchen analogy. So just bear with me, and you'll see how this fits together in a nice, simple way that I think is easy to understand. But right now, we're all in our own kitchen. So if we're hungry, we got to go to our kitchen to basically cook it. And in many cases for us, we want to cook a course. We want to cook a tutorial. We want to be able to cook a class, but we're cooking some educational content. And if we're in our kitchen, we have a set way of cooking things. And when we look at MCP and these AI agents, it's almost like it's got its own kitchen. And we're going to go through this in detail about your kitchen, how you need to cook something in your kitchen, how the MCP kitchen works, and basically how we can order out and have that happen. So this is what we're going to look at. So just to put it in perspective, right now, if I go to my kitchen in real life, I'm hungry, I want something to eat, I'm going to go directly into my kitchen or wherever I happen to do the cooking, and I'll have a couple choices. One is I'll cook something or make something that I've always made before, or I'll try and make something new. But in many cases, I'll try and take a look at the ingredients that I have available in my pantry, in the cupboard, in the freezer, in the fridge. But I'll take a look how much I have of everything, and I'll try and use a recipe that I have that I know that works. And if I don't have the right ingredients, or someone else tells me about some different ingredients, I may have to bring in and reorganize or get different ingredients that maybe I don't have. But I've got a recipe to follow. And once I've collected all the ingredients in the amounts that I want, I have to make sure that I mix them in the right amounts in the right order and then actually go and do the baking and have it bake. So whether that's the stove or the microwave or the oven, or you're eating something raw, but you've got some kind of process to package it and put it all together. And the unfortunate part is when you're in your own kitchen, you usually have to do your own cleaning. So it's a big, long process of being able to cook yourself something in your kitchen in real life. And in many cases, that's the exact same thing happens when you cook a course. And we've been pretty lucky over the last little while, the last year and a half, 2 years, because we have had the ability to use or get some help in our own kitchen by prompting. And these are all the things that we've been doing by making a request of something like ChatGPT or Claude or NotebookLM or Gemini, any of the tools that we often talk about in a lot of the videos I've done. But we're able to give tasks and get things like, if I'm going to cook a course, I need to know the style of the course that I like. Is it following my brand? If it's more than one course, do I have the same brand across multiple courses? Or does the course that I'm creating fit my brand that I already have in my business? You have to look and say, well, how am I going to deliver this? Do I have a set format or structure of the way that I like to do it? What resources or what ingredients do I have access to? Am I going to cook something that's an existing recipe, or I'm going to add someone else's ingredients and or make changes to my recipe to make something a little bit different? And you may do some brainstorming and then finally get a syllabus, and from the syllabus, you may look at the learning outcomes and objectives and the key takeaways you want from it. You may have to create video scripts, content lesson scripts, email marketing materials, social media posts, sales pages. There's a whole bunch of ingredients and a whole bunch of recipes that get put into place there. But it takes some time, energy, and effort to cook that particular course. And we can do a lot faster, but it still involves us using the prompts in our own kitchen to be able to do that. Now, here's the big promise with all of this AI stuff and agents and MCP. Um, if we're actually cooking a course, and we think of it as cooking a course right now, what I really think of it is I don't want to cook my course. I would much rather order out. I just want to know that if I have a particular meal that I want, I basically just want to say, hey, I want this meal. And if I order out, I know exactly the food that requested and I know that I'm going to get it. So think of MCP as a private kitchen. And in that private kitchen, there's an executive chef. And that executive chef, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. That executive chef in MCP, it understands and knows that request that you've made for whatever meal that it is. It knows all the different meals. Okay. And that executive chef is in its own kitchen, which has a kitchen management system. And that kitchen management system is MCP. So think of it this way. It is a system of recipe cards with tons and tons of recipes, your own recipes and other people's recipes. And it also has a list of the ingredients and all of the amounts. It's got like a huge pantry, a huge fridge, a huge freezer. It's got cupboards. Everything is filled to the rafters, and it knows where every different ingredient is. And it also knows where the grocery stores are. So if it's in your pantry, it knows it's there. And if it's in someone else's pantry, it knows what grocery store to go to get it and what amount that it needs from those particular grocery stores. So that MCP is a kitchen management system. So we've got MCP's kitchen, we've got a head chef, we've got this kitchen management system, and then after that, we also have a bunch of AI agents. And Manus is like one of those agents that is really good at using a browser. But we may have these AI agents that are like kitchen staff. So if I'm ordering a full meal, there may be an entree, there may be a dinner, there may be a second course, there may be a dessert. But these particular agents know how to make desserts, they know how to make entrees, they know how to make main courses. They have a specific ability to cook those pieces in the kitchen. So we got the head chef who has a recipe, who knows the ingredients and all the pieces and can get access to them. And he's got or she's got all of these separate agents that know how to do specific different tasks. Now, here's the best part. Those agents can now, which is the kitchen staff, they can now use the tools like Claude and ChatGPT and Notebook LM. It basically uses them like utensils. So that kitchen that isn't our kitchen can cook courses, and it has someone who knows all the recipes. It has a management system that manages everything. It's got agents that go out and actually do the cooking, and those agents know what tools to use at the right time to basically put everything together. So MCP is like a order out kitchen, DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever you want to call it, but it's a system where you basically say, hey, this is the meal that I want, and it's going to actually go out and do the work. So how does this actually work in real life? What are kind of the pieces that fit in here? So if MCP is going to cook you a course, this is technically what it's going to be doing. And I'll just show you this to put it in kind of a perspective. So I'm hungry. I want a course. I want a meal. All I'm going to do is say, I want a course on how to play pickleball or whatever it happens to be that you are creating the course on. As soon as it says that, the executive chef goes and says, hey, okay, I got that. So-and-so wants a course on pickleball. And what it's going to do is it has a kitchen management system, and it knows if I'm going to create a course, I have a recipe to follow. And the thing is that he will ask me the first time as the course creator, he'll say, how do you like your meal cooked? Do you want it to be cooked this way or do you want it cooked that way? What are the ingredients that I normally use? I'll cook it the exact way that you want it. And what I will do is I will take care of it if you give me your recipe. So give me the recipe, I'll go do all of the work for you. So you got the executive chef, he says, what do you want for the course? Okay, course. He understands the brand, he understands who it's for, he understands the structure of how you do it. He knows exactly what you ask for when you want course materials. He knows how many emails that you send out when you do marketing. He knows the style of sales page. He's basically got it all because you gave him the recipe one time. And it's his kitchen, he's taking care of it. And he knows because you asked for a course on pickleball, he knows, he says, this is the research that I have to do. This is the recipe that he uses. This is how I need to put it together. And I know exactly if I do that, I'm going to be able to meet his requirement for that course. But kitchen management system and executive chef, he doesn't do any of the cooking. What he does is says, you know what? I better have my kitchen staff go and figure out the part that they need to do in order to complete that big task. So he's going to go to say to the agent that's really good at web copy, he's going to say, write the web copy for the sales page and also for the email marketing that goes out and the social media stuff. He may go to the other one that's good at video scripts and understanding how to create graphics or the best way to do learning outcomes based on the particular topic. So he'll give that to another agent or she'll give that to another agent. But it's got individual agents, just like staff, that are specialized in doing one part of cooking the course or cooking the meal. So we've got the executive chef, we've got the recipes and the ingredients, we have the staff that's actually working on it, and the staff needs some utensils and tools, right? They need a place to mix everything together. They need the appliances to whip it all together. They need to oven to cook it in. So that's where things like Claude and ChatGPT and Notebook and Gemini, they all come into play because those agents use the tool or the utensil or the appliance that they need to basically complete the task that they've been given. And when it all comes together, that kitchen management basically tells all the staff what to do, when to do, and how to do it. And everyone gets passed back to the chef, and the chef takes a look at it and says, hey, this fits the recipe, and you now have a course. So this is the exciting part for anyone creating video content or course content. If we're able to put together our recipes, of what we like the course to be cooked as, the video to be cooked as, the marketing material to be cooked at, our business model to be cooked at. Once we have a recipe put in place that we like, we can basically just hand it off to someone else's kitchen. And that's what MCP is, and that's what these AI agents are. This is an exciting time, and it's doing a whole bunch of things for us. Here's the real big benefit moving forward for all of us who are wanting to start, build, and grow an education business. Think of it this way. If I'm playing around with this, and let me just open up just to keep it in a little perspective here. If I'm going to use someone else's kitchen to cook my courses, this is what happens. Um, it's only using the kitchen, MCP's kitchen, only uses my recipes when I tell, cook me a course on this. It's only using my recipes. If I want it to use someone else's recipe, I can certainly ask. But if I want to make sure that I have this same kind of course done the same way with the same avatar, the same branding, the same structure, it's using my recipe. So I have to give the recipe once. What's that? Once that's done, MCP and the AI agents and all of these tools that we have are actually going to create it consistently each and every time. And because it's someone else's kitchen, it's not me in my kitchen working on it. I can basically think of how do I want, or what courses, or what do I want to eat, or what do I want to cook. And I can give it out to someone, in this case, MCP's kitchen, where it's doing the work. So not only am I going to be able to do it consistently, all I have to do is give the order. I don't have to spend any time gathering the ingredients or any of that. I'm just basically handing it off. So I get consistent meals, consistent courses in a fraction of the time because I don't have to do any of the work, and they come back. And the best part is it's always the same quality. Remember, MCP goes with the tasks and it brings the cooked course and it serves it. It's like the waiter coming to your table, and the waiter comes to your table and you look at it and say, that's not what I ordered. Fix it. Or it's a little bit overdone for me. I prefer it this way. Or you forgot this part of the meal. So you're the person that's doing the order, you're being served, you're in control of what you actually get back. And you're going to have favorite recipes and favorite restaurants where you order from on a regular basis because you know you always get the same meal every time or the same course every time. And the real exciting part for us here is I've done a number of videos on, I think that if you're going to have an education business, the one thing you can't do is you can't base it on one course. It has to be on multiple courses. And the ability to use someone else's kitchen as often as you want allows you to scale your education business. Doesn't have to just be a course that you're cooking, it's every part of your education business. And you can have as many dishes as you want. The only thing that limits you is not the repetitive tasks and the time that it takes. The stuff that holds you back is how creative you can be in the kinds of courses that you ask to be cooked for the people that you are trying to serve in your business. If you can be creative answering their questions and having someone else cook it up for you, you can do that quickly, and you can get more creative by listening to people, being involved with people, teaching people live and interactively, and having that course material put together. So this is a real exciting time for any of us who are in the course creation space. And I think it's something that, again, is not going to go away. It's coming faster than you expect. And you're either going to be left behind, you're going to be playing catch up all the time, or you're going to have to at least understand this and try and ride the wave as fast as possible. I'm excited about this because it's allowing me personally to be creative about all the cool things that I can do. And I think for me, the fun part is if I'm not spending time doing the repetitive stuff of creating courses, it's actually time I get to spend talking to real people in real time, helping them or guiding them or mentoring them through all of the different mazes of all the information that is available to people. If you're just getting started, this is a huge opportunity as well because it levels the playing field for course creation. If you have another place to order out, everyone can order from the same place. The difference is how creative you are in what you ask for and your ability to interact live in real time with all of the people that are in your community that are all part of the group that you're trying to help. So I hope this makes sense to you. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure to join trainingsites.io/join, where all of my course content, all of these prompts, all this material is available to you. And every Wednesday at 1, we actually have live Q&A calls right here on YouTube. So my name's James Maduk. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'll be back shortly with another great video. It's Sunday evening right now. I do one of these or two of these every day. Hope you enjoy it. Take care. Expect the best.